Remember when they hated, didn't think we make it. Now they break their neck just to look at me. Remember when I called you and you didn't fall through. Now you hate yourself, you can't look at me, look at me. Yeah. You made me. Yeah. Look at me.
And what up, what up, what up? What's good with y'all? Alright, so what are we getting into today? Well, I mean, yeah, tonight. The day is almost over with, man. We were supposed to be doing this earlier. We're gonna be heading over to White Aaron's, and we're about to be wrapping up the 300ZX. We're about to be getting all this stuff on. Hopefully this fixes the clutch pedal and that clutch feel that we had going on with the engagement and stuff like that. I don't know how good this video is gonna come out because you guys know that these cameras suck at recording at night. But I'm gonna do my best to see if I can get y'all the footage of this and finishing up this car, because I'd hate to start a process and not finish it, and then, you know, you guys don't know what happened, if it, you know, the situation got fixed, if it didn't, if the parts that we added on, if they did anything or not. So I'm gonna try it, man. It's dark outside, or getting dark, but we're gonna try it. But anywho, parts did arrive. We still got Thanksgiving food over here. This is the new 350Z clutch fork. These are those little pins that I needed that I couldn't get a hold of, so I had to buy a whole new kit. So this is the main one right here. And then we also have a new braided line that we're gonna be adding since we're already this far into it with everything apart. I'm waiting for Granny to give it to me right now. She said that she was gonna give it to me in front of all y'all. So we're asking Granny for it right now. Here, I'm ready.
Ready for what?
That $2,000 you said you was gonna let me borrow. No?
Ain't no such a lie.
Waiting for White Aaron to get here. He's about to come swoop us up. That way, if I do decide to take the car home tonight, we can take it. I can't drive two cars, so he got to come slide through and grab your boy. Grab his plate right now. His first time having some real soul food. That's soul food for my boy White Aaron. Granny, come watch the TV, or come. Let's watch the refrigerator.
And you didn't fall through. Now you hate yourself. You can look at me. Look at me.
And
What's up? What's up? What's up? What are you getting in today?
did you ever think you'd be able to watch TV on a refrigerator? Technology is crazy, right? Yep, dark 30.
Yes, sir. Man, the one dreaded clip we've needed. I'm not ready to do that. All right, so Mike's gone. He went to go grab a pivot ball. I wanted to show you that we replaced the throw-out bearing. For a lot of you that don't know how to do this, what I usually do is I get two pieces of wood that are stacked about that high and let it sit in between. And then I find a socket that's this size as the center, and I use this and smack it out of the center. And then reverse, all you do is you take the throw-out bearing and I will put it down like this, so it's sitting like this. And I will hit in a circle around till it sits flush. And make sure you do it on like the wood, because it can damage the part that actually spins and you'll actually get a lot of noise. So good little tip. Okay, and final assembly. You can see how the throw-out bearing sits on the fork. So once Mike gets back, we'll change the pivot ball in the transmission. We'll lube up in here because I wiped this out from the old grease. We'll put new grease on it. Okay, and because you know me and I can't sit still, I wasn't gonna wait. Put the clutch back up in, made sure everything was tight, Loctite. You can see dead center. If I move the camera down, we're gonna be perfect for the installation. So we really are now just waiting for the pivot ball, and then I'll put the fork in and we can throw the trans up in here.
All right, so I'm back. The pivot balls are different. You can see this one right here, the chromoly one, which is for the newer style 350Zs, is shorter than the old G35 and 300ZX pivot ball. And the reason why we found on Z1 is the factory one uses this steel fork right here. Remember, this is the thin one. You can see the difference in the depth. Look how thin that is when you look at it versus this one is solid all the way through. So it just uses a shorter chromoly pivot ball. So make sure if you upgrading to the bigger fork, make sure you get the fucking short pivot ball, or else probably what may end up happening is if you use the thick one with the factory pivot ball, I don't think the clutch would fully disengage and you'll have the fucking throwout bearing resting on the pressure plate. How do I know? Because I've done that with my my SE when I was trying to figure out how to get the Z32 trans to work, and it literally, the freaking throwout bearing welded itself to the pressure plate, just got stuck there. I couldn't disengage the clutch or anything. It just got stuck in gear. So important, make sure you swapping it with the correct pivot ball.
Nice sound effects.
Sound like macaroni and cheese.
Right. Hey, speaking of which, that macaroni and cheese was
Smacking.
man.
Oh yeah, so Aaron had his first taste of some soul food.
Man, so good.
Man, you know, black people do dressing,
Yep.
white people do stuffing.
I'll take the dressing. Man, I'm telling you. That and those yams.
Them yams.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Nita's a good cook, man.
For sure.
Shout out to my fiance. That's why I got fat, bruh. I'm telling you, that's why I've been fluffy. I've been dieting forever. I'll lose some weight, gain some weight. It's the fiance's fault, man.
This fucking guy. God damn it.
Yeah. Live from the Hush House. Where else? Look. New Amsterdam blended with the Pedialyte. Take a picture if you see me tonight. It'll be worth it. I told her I'm blowing up. She ain't believing the hype. Thought she was smart. She thicker than encyclopedia. Used to the response of, yeah, that's what they all say. But they ain't all in for the long game. Here today and I'm here tomorrow. An enclave in my peer group to stand out. You gotta part ways, all states. I'ma have a tour touching all states, and you know on this shirt with signatures on every chest, Sharpie golden and cursive. Their emotions on 10, can't control it in person. If she replies back, get your head out the clouds. I revoke an invite to my session in town. I don't need that, it's too far-fetched bullshit. Expect believing me and I ain't letting them down. Y'all do it for a hobby, we ain't messing around. So we cannot work if you don't wanna mention amounts. The high horse set to be mount, my spurs sharp. Y'all cut the bullet ground level with the nurse sharks. And when I shoot for the stars, it's a burst shot. Her skirt soft in her thigh, got a birthmark. Said that she yours, dog, I didn't have to search hard. We getting loose and she only off a third claw. Teagues with the bird dog, we run the smoothest plays. We hit a pair best.
About an hour has passed. Here's the new line in. Pedals already bled. Dude, the clutch feels like a brand new clutch now. So I don't know if y'all can remember last time it had hella play in it. When you push the pedal, you'd have like damn near like 2 inches of like play, but that thing is firm now. And I think this is the first time that this car has actually had all the interior just bolted down. Before, this whole thing was loose. Now the shifter plate, everything is like fully mounted in there. And she's all done. Getting ready to drop this thing on the ground and take her home. Get up out of Aaron's garage. Been in here for like a week and a half, taking up space. So yeah, all done, man. I'm pretty sure the clutch pedal's gonna be good. The rest of this week, I got another radiator I'm about to be swapping in. New radiator hoses, and just clean this thing up. I'm also gonna be doing the fuel pump and the wiring on Monday. Hopefully that fixes that sputtering issue, and then we can just start ripping on this thing. And I've been putting off on these seals, man. There's a seal that goes up here, something more like a molding, and I haven't bought it because freaking it's like 300 something bucks for those two sides, so almost like 400 bucks. But I think it's time to get that molding. Alright, what's good my peoples? It is the next day. You guys can see from the footage of last night that the car does run good. It just still has that sputtering issue under boost. But overall, man, the clutch pedal feels good. Since we raised the car up, the car feels fantastic. I still need to do alignment on this thing, but it is drivable. Unfortunately, last night doing the pull, my little freaking nose panel ended up flying off, but I ordered another one last night when I got home, so that should be here. But yeah, man, I don't really have any complaints. I really just need to figure out what's going on with the sputtering. I know it's fuel related, but I've had the injectors checked. You guys seen that I pulled the fuel filter out, checked that to make sure that was clean. So at this point, I really can't say what's going on with it. It's probably maybe a sensor. So next on the list is I'm probably gonna get a new TPS sensor, and I'm also gonna be looking to replace the wideband sensor. Maybe that's going out. Maybe it's giving us some faulty readings. This wideband sensor was in my 240. And that sensor is probably at least a minimum of 6 years old. So it's going in the right direction. It's, it is streetable. I can drive it like this, but I just can't get into boost like I want to. So it gets in, but when it starts building higher boosts, it's just like the fuel trims like just go to poop on it. So I'm so ready to be able to drive this thing on a daily. Like, this car it's sick. It looks good. It's it's a dope car. Hey, on the way home last night, this older dude like pulled up next to me when I was at the light. He was like, man, that's a nice Z. He was like, I haven't seen one in a long time. And since I've always had a Z, you forget how rare they're getting. Like, you really don't see 300ZXs on the road that much now that now that I'm thinking about it. Like, I don't see them as much as I used to. So I think it's gonna be sick to have this car on the street, just like the FD. I like having cars that you rarely get to see, and then they're actually on the street driving, and I just tucked away in the garage somewhere doing nothing. But we're wrapping this up, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys are having a blessed day, blessed weekend, blessed week, all that. I'm outie, man. Stay positive, stay blessed.
I've been going too crazy.